Shepherd, weeknights at 5, only on News Channel 4.
Could there be a ceasefire in the tobacco wars? There appears to be a major deal in the making.
House Speaker Newt Gingrich will reportedly foot the bill himself for ethics violations. And
imagine a pill that takes the fat away. This is NBC Nightside for Thursday, April 17th.
Well, it could be history in the making, a possible truce between big tobacco and their opponents. Welcome to NBC Nightside, everyone. I'm Tonya Strong.
I'm Tom Donovan. Glad you could join us. The deal involves RJR Nabisco, Philip Morris, and 8 states. It could cost the tobacco giants as much as $300 billion. We have more on this new development this morning from Nightside's Jim Hanchett.
Under the terms of the proposed deal, the cost of doing business for the nation's biggest tobacco companies would skyrocket. The firms would reportedly create a $250 to $300 billion fund from which smokers could seek payments. But they would get immunity from lawsuits filed by victims of smoking-related illnesses. Now, that would require an act of Congress, and some lawmakers may want a sweeter deal.
And they are trying to buy themselves out of a very bad situation. I'm prepared to let them buy themselves out as long as the price is fair. And I don't know if $300 billion is fair.
The firms would also cut back on advertising aimed at youngsters, Goodnight Joe Camel, and cease using pictures of people in ads. So long, Marlboro Man. The talks are underway between cigarette makers RJR Nabisco and Philip Morris and attorneys general from 8 states. Minnesota AG Hubert Humphrey.
Number one, we want a complete reformation of the way this industry operates. It has to dramatically change.
I am not making any comments on settlements.
The tobacco companies won't confirm the terms they're said to be offering, but Wall Street thinks it's good business. Stock prices for both companies are shooting higher. So all of this appears iffy right now. A settlement could still be weeks away, and then it would still have to be approved by Congress. But this much is certain. The big tobacco companies are now ready to make concessions that would have been unimaginable just a few years ago. In Washington, I'm Jim Hanchett for NBC Nightside.
You'd think the tobacco development would come as bad news for America's tobacco farmers. Truth is, many farmers have high expectations for their cash crop. As NBC's Jim Avila reports, they're looking overseas.
At a time you might expect tobacco farmers to be running for cover, Paul Hornback is boldly planting as many seedlings as he can.
Our quota that we operate under is at a record high. Our prices are at an all-time high.
Hornback's family has been growing tobacco on Kentucky's rolling farmland for 3 generations, and the family business has always been under attack from medical researchers who have proven tobacco to be a deadly crop.
When farmers in Kentucky talk about tobacco, they talk about history and flavor and money. A tobacco crop is 10 times more lucrative to the farmer than traditional crops like soybeans and corn.
Despite talk of a huge settlement with the state suing tobacco companies, cigarette makers are still running shifts 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
They want more domestic tobacco. They need more tobacco than they needed the previous years.
Hampton Henton heads the tobacco quota program run by the Department of Agriculture. He matches supply and demand, and this year told Kentucky farmers to grow a record amount of tobacco to fill empty warehouses. That's because while smoking at home has leveled off, around the world, the Marlboro Man and Joe Camel are hot.
It's highly demanded, and it's part of what's known as the American blend, as opposed to the British or other types of cigarettes, and it's a very highly valued product by the consumer.
But there are signs the farmers know that revelations about marketing tobacco to children and experimenting with added nicotine may soon end the record harvests. In the fields, politicians are just talk. And even if a settlement is reached, for now, tobacco is still $5,000 an acre. Jim Avila, NBC News, Shelbyville, Kentucky.
Authorities in Canada believe a natural gas leak may have caused a deadly explosion. It happened in the community of Quesnel, about 250 miles north of Vancouver. 4 people were killed, 18 injured when the explosion erupted in a building which housed small shops. A fire followed. Rescuers used heavy machinery to get to victims, many of whom were buried under rubble.
The push is on to get more Americans to buckle up. Wednesday, Secretary of Transportation Rodney Slater announced a seatbelt plan he's submitting to the president. It calls for increased seatbelt use of 85% by the year 2000.
If you're just joining us, good morning. Still ahead of this hour of NBC Nightside, balancing family and career can be challenging. We'll see how one company is trying to help. And it's a spring fever no one wants, allergies. Fortunately, help could be on the way. It appears House Speaker Newt Gingrich will dig into his own pockets to pay for ethics violations. The decision is expected to be announced today at a closed-door meeting. The $300,000 ethics penalty may be a difficult bill for Gingrich to pay. NBC's Lisa Myers reports.
Even friends say it's one of the most critical political decisions of the Speaker's career, how to pay that $300,000 ethics fine. Sources say there are two options, and Gingrich is leaning heavily toward option number one, paying all $300,000 himself by taking $50,000 out of savings and getting a bank loan to cover the rest. Also still in the mix, option two, paying $50,000 out of his own pocket and setting up a legal defense fund, which would accept contributions of up to $250 from just about anyone but lobbyists. Many Republicans, including the former chair of the Ethics Committee, say Gingrich should pay the fine himself. Gingrich agreed to the fine as part of a plea bargain with the Ethics Committee.
It is a tough penalty, unprecedented and appropriate.
He was reprimanded by the House after admitting he violated House rules by failing to ensure he properly used tax-exempt money and providing inaccurate information to the Ethics Committee. A legal defense fund is acceptable to many Republicans who note the president already has one. But Democrats threaten to stir up more controversy.
When you admit, in this case, that you've violated the rules, the only way the public can be assured that you have paid the price is when you pay it personally and not through the funds of your friends and special interests.
Gingrich is not a wealthy man. Friends say he'd have to liquidate virtually everything he owns to pay the fine, a move his wife, Marianne, opposes. That's why the Speaker is leaning toward a bank loan to be paid off over time.
Lisa Myers, NBC News, the Capitol.
The death toll has climbed to nearly 350 and is expected to rise again after a fire near Islam's holiest site. Flames tore through an encampment Tuesday. It's believed a small gas cooking stove started the blaze. Still, an estimated 2 million pilgrims climbed Mount Arafat near Mecca Wednesday. It's believed to be the site where Islam's prophet Muhammad delivered his last sermon.
In the Middle East, the peace process may have taken a back seat temporarily to a major political scandal, one involving Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Opposition leaders are calling for new elections after hearing that Netanyahu may be involved in an influence trading scandal. NBC's Martin Fletcher reports.
It's like a chapter from the Washington Book of Scandals. Charges of corruption, influence peddling, and the specter of an indictment for the country's leader. And for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the timing couldn't be worse. On the world stage, some hope. Netanyahu met with U.S. envoy Dennis Ross, a sign that there can still be peace between Israel and the Palestinians. And yet at home, shock and the possibility that Netanyahu's government could fall. In a sweeping 995-page report, Israeli police prosecutors recommended Netanyahu himself be indicted for breach of trust and fraud. For 3 months, police have been investigating whether senior government officials, including Netanyahu, plotted to name a political crony as Attorney General. Why would Netanyahu do that? The indictment alleges Netanyahu hoped his friendly Attorney General would protect another of Netanyahu's allies from corruption charges. Along with Netanyahu, 3 other top government members are facing indictment. When the scandal first broke in January, Netanyahu dismissed it as complete nonsense. There was no reaction from him tonight. The next move is up to the head of the Justice Department. He'll decide in the next few days whether to indict the Prime Minister. Already there are calls for Netanyahu to quit. Former Police Minister Moshe Shachar.
Then he has to resign from his office.
Netanyahu's aides say they don't believe he'll be indicted. But if he is, several members of his own cabinet have said the entire government should resign and call new elections. Less than 1 year after taking office, Netanyahu's government is in very real danger of collapse. Marlon Fletcher, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Back here in the U.S., and Colorado government officials are beefing up security in anticipation of the second anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing, April 19th. The North American Aerospace Defense Command Center and the U.S. Space Command have canceled public tours and placed barricades outside their headquarters. The Pentagon will only say they've received information of possible security concerns. Meantime, the Pentagon has begun a training program to help 120 cities deal with the potential of terrorism on the bombing anniversary. The military will set up a chem-bio quick response force of up to 500 people who will train local officials and set up hotlines.
Sidney Poitier has made his mark as an actor, and now he's turning to politics. The Oscar-winning actor is now the Bahamas ambassador to Japan. He took his official post during a formal ceremony at Tokyo's Imperial Palace Wednesday. The 70-year-old distinguished actor, who holds dual U.S. and Bahamian nationality, says it's important to promote the country where he grew up. Congratulations to him.
Straight ahead on NBC Nightside, parenting in the 90s, it is a difficult balance between the workplace and home.
I'll be honest with you, this company only works when our associates love the company. Because as I say, because we'll lose if someone has to choose between our company and their home life and their family.
Up next, one company's unique approach to helping those new parents.
And a little later on Nightside, the ultimate diet pill. Could it be? Burn fat without exercising? We will tell you about it in our next half hour.
Got a dirty, filmy shower door? You've got a choice. You can try to scrub it, or you can CLR it. And that rust-stained bathtub? You can try steel wool, or you can CLR it. The humidifier filter? It's buy a new one, or CLR it. If you want fast and easy cleaning, try CLR. It's guaranteed to instantly remove the toughest stains caused by calcium, lime, and rust. I said instantly. Watch this. CLR glass decanters, quick and clean. CLR the coffee maker, clear sediment better than vinegar. CLR your pots and pans. CLR those water spots on bathroom tile. And your toilet, too. CLR the stucco wall. CLR your shower head and bring back a powerful spray. Run a little through an empty washer cycle and get rid of rust stains in your machine. CLR glassware, porcelain, cement, tile, stucco. CLR works all over the house. It's guaranteed to work for you as well as we've shown in this commercial, or you can return to place of purchase for your money back. So for tough stains in kitchens, bathrooms, basements, and more, the choice is CLR.
CLR is available at Walgreens, Ace, Winn-Dixie, Eckerd Drug, Target, True Value, Rite Aid, Kroger, Thrifty Payless, and Kmart.
Like proper diet and exercise, Craftmatic beds help your body feel better for watching TV, reading, sewing, or just putting your feet up and relaxing. You can't beat a Craftmatic adjustable bed. Yet Craftmatic Model 2 beds are inexpensive. Call toll-free to get free information by mail about Craftmatic. Call for this important information now.
Call toll-free 1-800-718-5959.
This morning we look at an issue of great importance to families. It's often called quality time.
One of the keys to the development of a child's brain is the amount of time the parents get to spend with that child. In this day and age where many families need two incomes to survive, finding that quality time is a challenge. So now parents look for jobs where employers not only understand their dilemma, but also work to be part of the solution. Eddie Bauer is one such company. This morning, NBC's Katie Couric introduces us to some Eddie Bauer employees who are taking advantage of their company's progressive approach.
Sarah Strong is an administrative assistant on maternity leave. Her third child, Jessica, was born just a few weeks ago.
I'm going back to work. Nowadays, sometimes it's kind of a monetary necessity, I guess.
And like all moms who have to return to work, she worries about spending enough time with her baby.
There you go. You're feeling better now. I may not have a lot of time with her during the day, but I always try to make that time quality time. For instance, driving home from daycare, we'll do things like either have children's tapes playing or we'll be singing songs, or always try to make every moment worthwhile.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Amy, the nurse
nurse with pediatric home care.
On the day we visited, Sarah was taking advantage of a service Eddie Bauer provides all new parents. A one-time visit from a registered nurse who comes to see how mom and baby are doing.
Hello. Her soft spot feels real good. That can be a sign of dehydration if it's sunk in a little bit, and it's not at all.
Because of the short hospital stay nowadays, you know, you practically have just delivered, and you just get usually one night or so in the hospital, and it's nice to know in between doctor visits that everything's okay.
All right, you guys, I gotta go.
It's going.
Okay, you have a great day.
Big kiss.
I love you. Bye.
See you later.
See you later, alligator.
20 years ago, this scene would not have been typical. Mommy leaving the nest while Daddy minds the kids.
You find two cards that are the same?
But Fred Halpin, a senior manager at Eddie Bauer, recently got the go-ahead to work a flexible schedule, 4 10-hour days.
It's important to my wife and I that we raise our kids as a partnership, and this will provide for a whole day for me at home alone with my kids to help raise them, and I think it'll be very nurturing and developmental for them, and I know I'll enjoy it, and I think it'll help me be a better dad as well.
It's good for the company, too.
It's just good business from our perspective. I'll be honest with you, this company only works when our associates love the company. Because as I say, because we'll lose if someone has to choose between our company and their home life and their family.
Company support is so strong, Fred even received a promotion after approval of his new schedule.
From the top down, it's been made very clear that it's very important for all of us to balance our family life and work life.
Good job.
Another company trying to help ease the stress for working parents is IBM. It is testing a new program that would allow employees to log in at work and watch their kids at daycare. Brian Thompson explains.
At the Children's Corner in Ridgefield, Connecticut, it's not Big Brother, but Mother who's watching her child at the Children's Corner Daycare Center.
I see him. I see him.
Amy Manning can't program a VCR, but she can log on to the internet to see what her eldest child is up to 10 miles away. A partnership between IBM and a company called Simplex Knowledge lets Mom keep a video eye on her child.
So just the idea of that this is available and out there makes me feel more confident about sending my children to this particular daycare.
But putting kids on the internet raises a whole host of questions. The first is security. Could anyone tap in to get a look at kids? They say no, not without a password.
Only the parents of the children are given this password, and they are given access to the network.
Teachers have to worry about being micromanaged and second-guessed by parents, but here they appear to be accepting.
I think you become more organized as a teacher in terms of what you need to do with the children and activities that are planned for them. I think it makes you a better teacher.
The goal for this program, to wire as many as 1 in every 10 daycare centers in America, as many as 10,000 across the nation. If it's accepted by parents and teachers, boosters say it raises the bar for measuring daycare centers.
No center who is doing a very poor job is going to want to be on the internet. And we hope this is going to do something to perhaps clean up situations for children in this country.
Parents have a new tool and a new angst.
It's funny, I'm hoping he doesn't do anything that I don't want him to do.
Brian Thompson reporting. Of course, we've known that feeling for a long time, being watched, right?
No,
on
definitely.
camera.
It's so encouraging to see all of these innovative ideas for parenting.
Yeah. Up next, National Hockey League action.
Hi, Mom. Hi, hon. Can't believe the cost of prescriptions these days. So disgusted. These 2 little prescriptions just cost me $73.
That sounds like you're paying full price.
I am. Steve's new job doesn't have a drug plan.
Why don't you get the prescription plan Dad and I have? Last month we saved $53 just on Dad's medicines.
What's it called?
The Providian prescription plan. I saw it on TV. I just called the toll-free number and ordered it.
So you really saved money?
Paid for itself the first time I used it.
What's it called again?
The Providian prescription plan. If that one card would cover you, Steve, and the boys, your savings would really add up fast.
Gee, Mom, that sounds like a great deal. You know, we spend a fortune on medications at our house.
Just wait till you get to be our age.
Now you, too, can carry the card that could cut your prescription bills.
and all it takes is one phone call. The Providian prescription plan could save you up to half off on your prescription drugs. Get up to half off the price of eyeglasses and contact lenses. And you can also save on hearing aids, vitamins, even fitness equipment. This low monthly fee covers you and everyone in your household. Your card is welcomed at tens of thousands of locations all over the country. As a member of the Providian prescription plan, just showing your card guarantees that you'll get the lowest available price. Call for your card today. If you're not completely satisfied, call us within 60 days for a full refund of your membership fees. You have nothing to lose.
Mom, just got my refill and I saved $35. I'm sold on the Providian prescription plan.
Call 1-800-203-3500 to start saving with the Providian prescription plan. Have your credit card ready for this limited time offer, or send check or money order to Providian prescription plan, Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, 19494. There's absolutely no risk with our 60-day guarantee. Call 1-800-203-3500 now.
Well, back on the night side now, and time for a look at sports this morning. The long march to the NHL's Stanley Cup title began Wednesday night with the start of the playoffs, and if the first night is any indication, the defending champion Colorado Avalanche seem intent on making it 2 straight titles. They buried the visiting Blackhawks with 4 goals in the first period. Mike Keane got it started, and there was much more to come. Peter Forsberg added 2 goals later in the period as Colorado romped to a 6-0 win over Chicago in the opener of their best-of-7 series. Avalanche goalie Patrick Waugh registered 22 saves in getting his 8th career playoff shutout. Meanwhile, in Detroit, the Blues and Red Wings opened their playoff series with some hard-hitting action, and St. Louis came away with the win in Game 1. Jeff Courtnall's goal opened the scoring in the first, and Grant Fuhr provided some stellar goaltending. 15 of his 30 saves came in the final period as St. Louis took Game 1 2-0. Elsewhere, Mike Modano's goal broke a 3-all tie and sent Dallas to a 5-3 win over Edmonton in their opener. And Anaheim was a winner in its first ever playoff game. They doubled up the Coyotes from Phoenix 4-2. Meanwhile, in baseball, another day, another loss for the Chicago Cubs. Those lovable losers from Wrigley, the ones without a pennant since 1945, are now 0 for 1997. On Wednesday, manager Jim Riggleman watched his team lose their 12th game in 12 tries this season. And they victimized themselves against Colorado. There you can see Ray Sanchez get picked off at second base. Later, one of their 3 errors in the field allowed a run to score, and they went on to lose to Colorado 4-0. And we'll have the rest of the baseball scores later in the hour.
All right, turning to your weather scoreboard now. It looks like Mother Nature will be batting 1,000 across much of the country today. It will be sunny and mild in the northern plains. Good news for folks there keeping an eye on the flooding. It will be warm and sunny in the southwest. Clear skies for much of the southeast also. Meantime, scattered rain in the northwest, and a big storm system in the northeast will dump rain and snow there. Now, here's a check on your local forecast as we look at some more of that flooding that's plaguing North Dakota.
This is a Ford Explorer. This is a Sea-Doo watercraft. To the untrained eye, they would appear to have nothing in common, except that right now, during the Sea-Doo Watercraft Spectacular Sweepstakes, you can register to win this, which everyone knows is perfect for transporting this to this.
Now, for a limited time, buy a Sea-Doo watercraft and make no payments till September 97. Plus, receive free domestic travel on Delta Airlines. The Sea-Doo Ride Free, Fly Free offer. Going on now.
Hi, I'm Gary Collins, and this is my wife, Marianne. And we have a very important question for you. Do you often toss and turn at night? Does your back ache in the morning? Well, Marianne and I are sleeping better than ever thanks to Select Comfort, the breakthrough that lets you literally sleep on air. Unlike ordinary mattresses, with Select Comfort, you can adjust the firmness on each side of the bed, from feather soft to extra firm, all at the touch of a button. No metal coil pressure points, no waterbed sagging, simply a cushion of air to gently contour to your body and support your spine. Call now and we'll rush you this free Select Comfort video and brochure showing how you can fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling energized.
We know you're going to love waking up to Select Comfort. We do.
Call 1-800-535-9200 for your free video and brochure, including our in-home 90-night trial offer and money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-535-9200. 1-800-535-9200.
All day long, I'm in the sun.
I swim 20, 50 laps a day.
But the things I like
don't always make my skin happy.
Now there's a new body wash from Dove. Ultra Moisturizing Body Wash. We've doubled the moisturizer to give you smoother skin than ever before.
My skin feels softer.
It's a delicious feeling. It wakes up my sensual side.
Ultra Moisturizing Body Wash with double the moisturizer. New from Dove.
As jury selection continues in the Oklahoma City bombing trial, security remains a top priority for the Denver Police Department. Brad Rogers reports there are new concerns about possible trouble.
Ultra-tight security around the federal courthouse in Denver appears to have paid off when police arrested a man with a gun. 50-year-old Don Eminger apparently made threats to the FBI. Denver police stopped him, and Eminger told officers where they could find his .357 Magnum inside his truck. Eminger said he thought he was being arrested because of the anti-government bumper stickers on his truck. Police arrested him for possession of a firearm. And as we move closer to opening arguments in the trial of Tim McVeigh, this incident may only be the beginning. A source close to the trial says federal officials are worried. Militia members and the alternative press plan to attend McVeigh's trial, and federal agents can't stop them. Fringe publications like Media Bypass, New American, The Freeman, and Soldier of Fortune all applied for press credentials. Also, several militia groups and radical organizations have applied for and been granted permits to demonstrate at the trial.
There has been a designated protest area across on 19th and Stout on the paved portion in front of the Court of Appeals building.
This is that staging area for protesters across the street from the courthouse, and only one group will be allowed to protest at a time. The Fully Informed Jurors Association may show up as well. After the Branch Davidian fire, Fiji showed up at the trials in Waco and followed potential jurors in an attempt to influence the jury. In Denver, Brad Rogers for NBC News.
And that is all for this half hour of NBC Nightside. We thank you for tuning in.
You have a wonderful Thursday. We will be right back with the latest news headlines up next.
And later in the hour, allergy season is back. We will look at some new, more powerful help that may be on the way for sufferers.
You stay with us.
There is a tremendous responsibility that goes with coming the doors here. It's one I take very, very seriously.
The railroad posts the evacuation of about 500 police up in the new fire has been put out.
When I come in the building every day, I'm wondering what happened between the time I left my house and here.
Started at 2:31 on the 28th hole.
It's important that you're clear and you're precise and you're fair.
It's a fun job, and it's an awesome job.
Tonight's drug raids were
The search continues for a missing Navy jet, and
you have to take the weather very seriously because it can be very dangerous.
Very fast-moving forward.
The folks here at NBC4 care enough to give us the tools to do our job.
take a look at Doppler 4. We've got quite a bit of a mess.
My adrenaline gets pumped because I love local news.
A sting operation in the city.
It's a great sports town because people actually care what you have to say.
So the plot thickens. In today's world, it takes a team this good, a commitment this big, and someone you trust this close. This is NBC News Channel 4, the Tri-State News Channel.
Air South presents the Kids Fly Free Sale. That's right, kids fly free while you fly for these everyday low fares. Just buy a ticket by April 21st and fly through October 11th on Air South for convenient jet service, for Southern hospitality, and for everyday low fares. You just have to take advantage of the Air South Kids Fly Free Sale. But the sale ends April 21st, so call 1-800-AIR-SOUTH today.
Wow! Humongous! Awesome! Hey, what's all the excitement about? Potemkin is offering a brand new Chevrolet conversion van for only $18,995.
Did you say $18,995?
That's right, $18,995.
What's it got?
Everything.
Including a free CD player and folding sofa bed, too?
You got it, but only at Potemkin Cadillac Buick Chevy Geo. West Side, Manhattan, 11th Avenue and 55th. East Side, York and 61st.
Al Roker, weekdays at 5, only on News Channel 4.